I'm Gene Dolgoff, and I invented the LCD projector in 1971. Back in the 60s, we had small TVs. Everybody was a little unsatisfied by the little picture, and me too. So I thought maybe I could come up with a better idea, and I could use the slide projector concept. Instead of using a piece of film, make an electronic slide so that I could then project video. Then everybody could have a really big TV picture at home. So that was the basic idea, and I wrote my first patent application on it in 1968. This is the world's first LCD projector. I initially started working on this in 1968, and I came upon the idea after a lot of experiments. I was able to get it to the point where we could work with the manufacturer, and eventually we did manufacture a product and market it and sell it. But we also licensed it to a lot of companies like Samsung and Panasonic. It was a big breakthrough. Everybody used it for many applications: movies, businesses, institutions, homes. Patents are the lifeblood of America and of the world. Technology is important in so many areas, including medicine. For instance, cancer has been researched for decades and decades. Billions of dollars have been spent to find cures and treatments, and yet cancer is the fastest growing disease on earth. So new solutions are needed, and I've come up with a new solution for treating disease. It's radically new, using something brand new out of science fiction, which is not fiction anymore, which is teleportation. But I'm teleporting energy. All the great inventions were not invented by big companies and research labs. They were invented by lone inventors. It was a lone inventor who came up with the idea and worked hard to make it happen. And it's very important that that stay available to inventors. Everybody has an invention at some point or other. People come up with ideas, and some of them think about, this is a great idea, I'd like to pursue it. And then they look into it. If the result of their looking into it is, oh, there's no potential, you're not going to get any money out of it, you're a lone inventor, forget about it, because when they steal it, you can't do anything about it. If that's the case, all the lone inventors will disappear. They'll dry up. We'll get no more of these new innovative inventions and technologies, and that'll be all gone. And that will impact our economy. It will mean there won't be all those new jobs created by all those new inventions. Patents give incentive to inventors to come up with new, important ideas, and that's allowed us to go from agriculture to the moon.
2, 1.
The innovations in the spacesuits, innovations in the computers, innovations in the aerodynamics of the ship, and individuals coming up with these creative ideas and putting their ideas together to do amazing things like the moonshot. That was something that President Kennedy said, we're going to do this. We can do it, and we're going to do it before the end of the decade.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because...
And he inspired everyone to look at that. And because they were innovative people, and because there was a way that they could get compensated for it, they went for it. And we were able to do it before the decade was out. That's impressive. If that incentive wasn't there, we would not have done it. That incentive is so important and was built into the Constitution. That's a fundamental idea of the United States. A patent is private property just like land is. When Jefferson created the idea of a patent and wrote it into the Constitution, the idea was to give an incentive for people to be inventive and come up with new technology and inventions, because they get a monopoly on it for a period of time, 17 years, 20 years. And that gives you a strong incentive to invent and go through all the terrible times you have to go through when you invent something and you make the prototype and you try to convince people that it's going to work and that there's going to be a market for it, and you try to convince investors to put money in. And people go through that because they're going to get a monopoly and therefore a chance to make money and have their life be better. our education system has to step up and emphasize this so that there is more interest in education in the sciences, in science, in technology, in engineering, in research, and in art, and in math. Those are the things that are needed so that more young children become interested in developing new technologies and sciences, and coupled with a proper patent law, that will allow us to really flourish and be a leader once again.